especially in the second half, that allowed a close game to turn out? Get away from you guys?
Turnovers, offensive rebounds, and missed shots. Boils down to it right there.
Do you feel like you got the shots that you wanted for the most part, or how did you feel?
Yeah, for the most part, we had good looks. We just have to make shots. Like looking at myself, I have to make shots and make a couple shots. It loosens up the defense for Ant a little bit more, and then it's a domino effect. But for the most part, we got the looks that we wanted. We just have to take care of the ball and limit them to one shot.
If shots don't fall, do you feel like it kind of?
We can still win it. We can still win the game. It's not going to be a make or miss game per se, but limiting turnovers, like I said, they're really, really good in transition, and keeping them off the foul line and offensive rebounds. We live them to one shot, and we push. We'll live with the missed shots. So we just have to make them take the shots we want.
How did you feel they took Julius away in the second half compared to the first half?
I just think they just ramped up their energy and ball pressure and everything. Not just him, just overall. They kind of, junked up the game per se a little bit through different looks. And when you're given a different dose every other play or something like that, it's just, it's harder to make reads. But we're capable of, we'll watch the film, make adjustments, and we have two of the best guys in the league to make adjustments.
Donte said he felt I was a little rushed in the second half. Do you feel that way out there?
Yeah, I think, like I said, their ball pressure picked up, their energy picked up, and I think it just sped us up a little bit. But game one, they did what they're supposed to do. And we're going to watch the film, we'll adjust, and I have confidence in everybody in this locker room to do what they need to.
It seemed like you guys put as much pressure on them as you're used to in this series. Obviously, the size advantage, the kind of matchup with you guys there. How would you say that you guys get more into rhythm here?
They do a good job of ball pressure on the ball and standing their drives. They don't let you get past you on the first, on that first drive. And they're also they're in help. Like they're behind the ball, and they're sitting in those gaps. And like I said, it's too. I can't speak of X and O's. I don't. Once we go back and look at it, we'll figure it out. But more of the story is their ball pressure picked up the second half, our turnovers, and their second chance opportunities.
Finch was saying you guys need to make quicker decisions. Do you think that's more difficult when there is ball pressure? You have to kind of size up what's going on before you can decide?
I mean, agree with him. Also, like simple decisions, quicker, simple decision, 0.5 mentality, and then we live with the makes or misses.
You guys held them below 20% shooting on shots you contested in the first half. Basically, the ones that you weren't contesting were off turnovers. Did you feel like that was a return to the mean for them in the second half, or does that style? Do they wear you out at all?
I wouldn't say they wore us out. I think in the second half, I think they fed more off their ball pressure that kind of got them going. Their defense got them going offensively. I think we were a little bit, they were getting the shots they wanted in the second half. And in the first half, we were making them take the shots that we wanted. So I think that's what kind of changed in the second half. And everybody feels great in here. There's no heads down or nothing. They're great players, they're a great team, and they're really well coached. So we know they're going to make adjustments. They're going to try to get to exactly what they want to get to. But we just have to stay disciplined with our game.
Offensively, you guys were able to, in the first two series, win at the offensive initial point of attack a lot to start possessions. When it's more difficult to do that, does that require a little bit of a different offensive approach?
Yeah, different variations of what we want to do. But like I said, we got good looks. But throughout the game, there's going to be times that they're going to switch it up, they're going to junk it up, they're going to try to take the ball out of Ant's hands or Julius's hands, and everybody else has to be able to make plays and make shots. Like I said, if we make shots, then they have to honor that more, and now it loosens the defense up for the other guys.